Hey everybody, it's Pete. Good morning. Welcome to a new episode of today's Best Stock Picks. Happy Cinco de Mayo, following May the 4th be with you. Well, the 4th was not with the market yesterday, unless you were in Dow stocks yesterday. We're actually going to take a look at the Dow, which finished positive amidst all of the what we were calling vicious selling in the stock market yesterday. If you were day trading, it was an interesting day. It started out strong, continued, which is not what we've been seeing lately. Usually around 10:30, we've been finding a bottom, even if there was selling in the morning, and then having a nice smooth rally. Did not get it. Janet Yellen had a few comments that were taken. She's saying they were taken out of context. Who knows? The market was selling pretty hard yesterday. So we're going to talk about PayPal stock today and buying it after earnings. We're going to talk about the Dow Jones industrial stocks and stocks that were strong there yesterday. We're going to talk about my favorite sector that is showing some relative strength. And we're going to talk about other stocks that have relative strength, which is a big part of learning how to be a stock trader and paying attention to which stocks are what we call holding the bid while the market's going down. They're showing that buyers are willing to stay there amidst all the selling. So stick around. We're going to be right back. Okay, so we're going to go right over to the screen. We're just going to talk quickly about Janet Yellen and the comments that she had made yesterday about interest rates, about the market the economy overheating, and it was interpreted in a way that it was coming. And if you know anything about the stock market, one of the biggest things about the market is that it is a discounting mechanism, which means that it is forecasting what expects to happen in the future. She's now taking it back. They're saying she's walking back the comments. Whatever, it doesn't make a difference. It made some good volatility. If you remember the call that we did Monday morning, we were actually looking for the SPY to pull back. If we put in simple moving averages in here, and we'll just start out with the 20, we had mentioned that the SPY actually had 6 melted candles in a row. It kept going sideways, and we needed a little bit of a pullback just to give some separation. And I'm going to keep walking everybody through this because it's very important. You have the optimal entry, and then you have the profit target, which makes it worth accepting risk because you expect the profit to be hit. You expect there to be enough meat on the bone to accept that trade. We're just kind of drifting, and there really wasn't any edge other than continuing to buy breakouts, which even that has been suspect. So the market keeps going higher, but buying breakouts has been a little bit challenging, which doesn't sound like it makes sense, but it's actually the way it's been. You know what I'm talking about if you're day trading stocks right now. So we got the pullback, which was interesting. So the question now is, with the rally that we had at the end of the day yesterday, where pretty much in the last 90 minutes of the day, some buying came back in, and we closed strong from the day trading perspective, but not strong from the overnight perspective. But the Dow, a lot of stocks in the Dow actually finished positive amidst all of that. So we're gonna hop right over into the charts. But we're first going to start out with PayPal and PayPal earnings after the close today, and why I'm looking to buy it. 2 reasons I'm looking to buy it, and the levels that I'm looking for the stock to hit. Now, again, as with everything we talk about, if you want to think and act like a real trader, you set your goals, you set your game plan. If the stocks unfold exactly the way you want, you get in there with confidence and you trade exactly what you expect it to happen. If you put on a game plan and it doesn't do what you expect it to, you just sit back, and there's no reason to be like, no, I guessed where it's going and I have to put the trade on. You don't have to do that. That's not how professional traders think. And again, I want to bring this up because it's very important. The way professional traders think and act is, if I put 10 stocks in my game plan and only 3 of them do exactly what I thought they were going to do, I'll trade the heck out of those 3, and I could care less about the other 7. But for some reason, newer traders, especially newer traders that come into our boot camp, by the way, click below the link to learn about the boot camp. We've just added more coaching calls. They seem to focus on the 7 that didn't do anything when they should be focusing on the 7 that did exactly what you wanted to do. And that's a big part of game planning, is going into the day and knowing exactly what you're looking for. So we're going to head on over to PayPal, and we're going to take a look at the reasons I'm looking to buy PayPal. And again, once you're in the market for a while, you really need to know what you're looking for. And I'm always looking about earnings per share and the expected increase in earnings per share. And I am looking at year-over-year revenue. Both of them are expected, which is higher estimates. They're both expected to be beat. We all know that PayPal is trading pretty hard with the crypto market. Same thing with Square. Crypto market pulled back a little bit. PayPal pulled back a little bit. So I'm expecting better than the estimates. I'm expecting it to rally after earnings. And you can see it's actually sold off a little bit heading into earnings. I'm looking for it to rally, and then once it gets over 272, that's the level I'm looking for. Now, I don't trade after. I want to make this clear too. After hours trading, which is when the earnings are scheduled, are very different than trading during regular market hours. I do not trade after hours. I did that when I was younger. I did that when I had my trading firm. I don't do that. I just kind of let the money fall into the corner, and then when it's obvious, I just go and pick it up. So I wait till the next day, and then those 3, 5, 7 days after that, if the earnings are met with good expectation. And again, the market's a discounting mechanism, so we're looking to the future. So I'll be watching it after hours today. I have my levels that I'm watching for. If those levels get hit, then I get involved. If they don't, I stay back. But 270, which is about $20 higher from where it is right now, that's where I'm going to start to look to build a position. Now we're going to work our way over into the Dow, which is interesting that it was positive, but it's really not a shock. So if we go into the Dow, some of the bigger names such as Caterpillar, which had earnings, were not great, rallied back after earnings. Now I have a buy stop looking at Caterpillar over 236. Healthcare stocks were very strong yesterday. So you can see J&J actually had a really good push, a pause, and a nice rally. And Home Depot, which has actually been on fire. So certain types of stocks in the Dow were strong, but now we're going to work our way over to relative strength plays. Okay, so relative strength plays are not necessarily any sector, but stocks that you should be paying attention to, because on a day when the market got absolutely shellacked, these stocks showed strength and actually were breaking out. So what I want to point out here is this is what goes out to our community at the end of every day. I compile a list. And if you want to be a trader who takes your craft seriously, you need to know relative strength from one day to the next. And you can see these are the readings that I have coming into the day for our community. I send these out every day after the market closes. And we're looking for pockets of opportunity. We're looking for pockets where the week, the month, and the day are in sync. And you can see right now they're kind of a little bit all over the place. But you'll notice here for the month, basic materials, and for the week, basic materials. So I'm going to be focusing on energy and basic materials again coming into the day. So that's where my game plan is coming from. Then you work your way into stocks that meet that criteria. So working our way into stocks in the basic materials sector, we're going to be looking at X, which, by the way, X traded double normal volume again yesterday, which is great. Now, the problem with this is it actually rallied into resistance where it got hit pretty hard last time. So I'm looking to day trade X today, but then I'm waiting for it to pause to put on a new swing trade. So sticking with the basic materials, you can see again, successfully excludes NUE, STLD, which we called out in yesterday's game plan. Hopefully you participated in that one. Alcoa is one that we've been calling out since earnings over here, I believe it was, and the stock has been maintaining that strong move to the upside. So again, you got to keep this list from day to day. So now the obvious question is, which stocks should I be looking at today? Those stocks actually rallied a little bit. So today we're going to be looking at DOW over 67. We're going to be watching DD, which had earnings, and actually over 80 is the level we're going to be watching there. And then we're going to be paying attention to FCX as well as Rio. So what I want to point out here and make this point as strongly as possible, every single day you need to be watching what the market does. Then you need to be watching what sectors do. So you're immediately saying, okay, the market was weak. Which stocks traded against the market today? Which stocks could I potentially be going to buy? And you go from the market interpretation. So in this case, it was pretty easy. The market was weak. Then you go into the sectors. Which sectors were strong? Which sectors, and then which industry groups. So you start to work your way from the bigger picture over to relative strength, over to individual stocks. So we just found out that we're going to be looking at energy stocks and basic material stocks right now and going forward. And there's one other group that we're going to be watching, which are stocks that just had relative strength that might not have necessarily been in that. So a big part of the game plan is getting in there and say, the market did this. Which stocks should I be buying relative compared to what the market did? Sometimes everything's moving in the same direction right now, and yesterday they didn't. was good that the market had a little bit of a breather, whether it was Janet Yellen or whatever the reason was. We kind of needed it. Just when that distance separates, you kind of feel a little bit more comfortable bidding to buy stock because you can actually see the profit versus you just kind of melting higher and you feel like musical chairs. You're going to be the last one in. So we're going to go back and we're going to take a look at some other stocks that have relative strength that are in the list today as well. And Playboy has actually been pretty strong. Look at this. I think we mentioned this again yesterday as well. And you can see that it's performing incredibly well where we're pushing and pausing and continuing to rally in that direction. And Capital One. Capital One is one that Capital One and Discover Financial, both of them have been pretty good. Both of them have been pushing, pausing, and you can see DFS here is now in a 4-day pause looking for a new rally above 116. So we have a lot that's on the table right now. So again, just to recap, Janet Yellen walked back her comments. So we'll see where the futures are actually rallying right now. Again, it's a few hours before the market opens. PayPal earnings after the close today. I have my level of 270 that I'm watching. Basic material stocks and energy stocks are still going to remain my focus and my game plan. Also Crocs. Don't forget Crocs from yesterday. It actually performed really well. It closed strong yesterday as well. And then we're going to be looking at these stocks that have shown relative strength. So I got a pretty solid game plan today. But more importantly, I'm doing these videos for you to help give you structure to your day. If you have any questions about the stocks that we called out today, definitely leave a comment below the video. If you're new to the channel, definitely click down and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. And if you want to go behind the scenes, you actually want to trade with me every day, get my picks sent right to your phone and join my community, click the link below the video. I'd love to see you on the other side. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.